Good morning, guys, or whoever, both of you. This is Rusty 78609, Central Texas, USA, March the 31st, 2016. Can you believe it? It's already, the year is already 1/4 gone, I guess. Anyway, this morning, what I wanted to show, I did a video yesterday. I got a CO2 BB pistol. And anyway, it works. It's fine. It's a Colt Defender model. It cost me about 60 bucks. I ordered it from Walmart.com. And what I wanted to mention this morning is, they make the pistol, it looks like a real pistol. And you've heard of incidents where children in certain neighborhoods in the U.S. have pointed these weapons at police, and the police have retaliated. I mean, they've actually fired and in some cases killed these individuals. And let me show you this weapon I got. This is a BB pistol. You got me? Does that look like a real gun to you? I promise you it does. I mean, it looks just like a Colt 45, the old military 1911 A1 pistol. There's a few differences, but not many. I mean, this thing doesn't work, but no, and it fires this thing. The pellets 440 feet per second, which is pretty powerful, and it's all metal. I mean, it's all metal. But anyway, what my point is if you were a policeman and you're already a little goosey or a little on edge, and you're in a neighborhood and it's in nighttime or dark or whatever, and some kid runs at you and points this at you, what do you think? I gotta tell you, if it's me and I'm the policeman, pow, 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 pow. Damn right. So anyway, they make these. I didn't realize they were so realistic looking. They also make a BB pistol, a CO2 BB pistol that it looks like an M16, and I mean it looks just like an M16. But anyway, what am I going to use that for? I go walking every day, and dogs occasionally, they don't bite me, they just run at me. I don't think I've ever been bitten. No, well, when I was a child, I did get bit, but they just run at you and scare the crap out of you. And they growl and fur up and all that crap, and you try to shoo them away, and they don't shoo away. And sometimes even the owner will be a few feet away, or 30 or 40 feet away, and I'll go, hey, can you control this animal? And they'll say, oh, he won't bite. They always say that, he won't bite. Well, he may not bite you, but he might bite me. Would you get the goddamn thing out of here? Well, anyway, that's the pistol and the dog story. As far as the news, I mean, this video, doing these news videos is actually, let me tell you how great they're doing. I just happen to have my little Google Chromebook handy here. And I love my Google Chromebook. It works perfectly. It's a Toshiba Google Chromebook. If you ever want to get you an inexpensive laptop just for accessing the internet, and it'll cloud print, it'll drive a printer through what they call cloud print. In other words, it'll do everything I want to do. And it was like $238, and I've had it about 2 years, not quite. Here we go, boys and girls. The real news I did yesterday had 6 views. 6. One of them was me. Or maybe 2 of them because I had to edit. So actually we're down to 4. I did one video and I said, don't watch this video. That's the title. Don't watch this video. It's had 18 views. I mean, people, when you put don't, people go check it out. Then, let's see, there was another one I did on about the news. I'm just going to talk about this a minute. Because I want to do something every day. Every day. Why? Because that's just the kind of guy I am. I did one. The one I did 2 days ago had 9 views. Two of them are mine, 7. And then 3 days ago, 37. Wow. And then there was another one that did 17, 14. And the first one I did 4 days ago got 46. And it's had 46 views in 4 days. And but anyway, the news today is what? I will tell you. In fact, I'll check the Roku news because this is my Roku controller, and I will check it right now. Okay, and there it is. Top stories: Trump backpedals on abortion punishment. You know, I'll give you my opinion on that, which is worth nothing. First of all, abortion should not be a political issue at all. Never should have been. You know, the Catholic Church got involved, and of course, they're a big deal. And this goes way back. I said it the other day. It goes back to Roe versus Wade back in the, I don't know, 60s or 70s, a long time ago. I see you. I'm rubbing my eye. It itches. Anyway, it says he backpedals on. Well, the question to him was a very damn difficult question. In fact, nobody could answer it. You know, if you're going to make abortion against the law, which, in my opinion, it shouldn't even be there, but if you're going to make it against the law, then what's going to be the punishment? If a lady or a woman or girl has an abortion, what are you going to do? Put her in jail? You're going to fine her $500,000? Huh? That was the question he was asked, and even the moderator couldn't answer the question. You know, the moderator's going, well, I don't know. I'm asking you because you're going to be president. He was asking him because he couldn't answer it either. And so anyway, that's a toughie. But again, in my opinion, it shouldn't even be a political issue. It's like gay rights and all this other shit. It's just emotional. Here you go. You know, Obama commutes 61 drug sentences. Well, you know, if you're in law enforcement and you were part of the team that worked real hard to bust those 61 bums and get them off the streets, you're going to be a little pissed off, right? Because it takes time, money, you got to risk your life. They probably had the DEA involved, you know, a lot of undercover people out there checking, you know, trying to find these drug people. And, you know, they put their life on the line, and then our illustrious imaginary president commutes their drug sentences, and what it is basically all of them are what he's going to do. All of them will be let out June the 28th or July the 28th this year, even though some of them were sentenced to life in prison. And they're not; these aren't good guys. These are not nice, neighborly people that he is letting out. And they're all of them were drug related deals, every one of them. And you know. And that's one of the biggest problems we got is drugs. So, you know, never mind. It's just the wrong message at the wrong time. Uh, let's see. I don't care about that one. That. No charges in Minnesota police shooting. I think it's a black kid got shot again. That happens a lot. And the reason is they don't have anything to do. Most of them are on drugs. And, you know, even if we get jobs back in this country, I think you have a culture that's not too interested in working. That's my own opinion. Because why should they work for even 10 or 15 bucks an hour when dealing drugs, they can make 50 times that much? Voter fraud confirmed in Arizona primary. Well, I'll be. You don't mean that we had voter fraud. It happens all the time, folks. It happens all the time. In fact, when I grew up in the little town of Kennedy, Texas, you had pencil ballots. Pencil ballots. You know, you had to pick up a little number 2 hard lead pencil and fill out your ballot. Well, the people that worked at the voting areas If there was any other mark on the ballot, in other words, if it had a little box where you were supposed to put the X, and there were other marks on the ballot, then that ballot was void, and thrown in the trash. So what the people would do at the precinct level, or when they were having the vote, they would put a little piece of pencil lead under their fingernail, and as they were, quote, reviewing the ballots, they would mark it with that, just put a little line with their thumb on the ballot. Well, that voided that ballot, and legitimately. I mean, they just throw it in the trash, and then if somebody came and looked at the trash, they would see that there's a big mark there. Yep, that's no good, no good. But what they would do, they'd look at the ballot and see that whoever it was not voting for the candidate they wanted, and back in the what 650s, 60s, we had Box 13, the Duke of Duval County, and that's what got LBJ in office. And anyway, so the corruption goes a long way back, not new. Boeing cutting 4,000 jobs by June. Well, what happened there is we made a trade deal with Iraq. Well, we lifted the sanctions and gave them a few $1 billion to restore their infrastructure and so forth, and they immediately go out and buy their jet planes from the French company, and I can't remember the name of it, rather than buy them from the U.S. But Trump's right about that. Our trade deals suck. Okay, Patty Duke died. California poised to raise minimum wage. We've talked about that. What else is going on? Trump backpedals. No. Trump, Clinton in lead in New York poll. Well, that's just great. What'd you expect? They're both from New York. That's their town. They control everything. La da 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 da. Here you go, right here. President Obama in this story it says President Obama declares war on drug addiction. A war on drug addiction. He just released 61 drug dealers. Some war. You're going to release all the people that sell the drugs, that addict the people, and then you're going to go to war with them? Think about that. Think about that. It's the crazy world we live in. I'm telling you. Okay, let's go over here to technology. Brace yourself for changes on Instagram. I don't even use that or know what it is. What to expect from Microsoft build culture. One of the things that they're coming out with now, and I've been kind of keeping up with it, is they're called, they're like little computer home helpers. Amazon has one, and I can't remember what the name, Echo is what it's called. And, you wake up in the morning and you just talk to this thing, and it gives you the weather and does all kind of things. And it also does something else, kind of iffy. If you're low on a product that Amazon sells, it'll automatically reorder it for you. That's iffy, isn't it? Okay. Well, I don't see anything there. 3 facts about the world's tallest bridge. Okay. Is vaping a healthy alternative? In other words, are e-cigarettes better than smoking real cigarettes? And the answer is no. You're just trading one habit for another. That's all you're doing. You're not leaving a bad habit. Because my son tried that, quote, vaping to get rid of, he was dipping or something. And he did quit doing the dipping because I just aggravated him to death till he did. Because that causes tongue and throat cancer. And but anyway, so he got that vape, the electric thing, the vape thing, and it's a vapor. And but you choose the level of nicotine that you want, and so you can Supposedly the theory is you start off high, you get low, 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 and then you just quit. Bullshit. Nicotine is addictive, period. It's more addictive or it's as addictive as heroin. And so the only way to really quit it, cold turkey. Did I smoke? Yes, till I was age 27. I started when I was about 13 or 14. I never smoked a lot, maybe half a pack a day or less. And but anyway, when I was 27, I quit. Why? There was no reason. Back and when I was 27, people were smoking everywhere, restaurants, buildings, everywhere, airplanes, and there was no pressure to quit. I just wasn't meant to be a smoker. Well, actually, my parents didn't like me smoking, and parents have a way. My parents had a way of getting in your head. And my dad bought me this for Christmas. This monkey. It was battery operated, and you punch this little button, and this monkey had these little things, pang, 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 and it's smoking a cigarette. It was puffing a cigarette. Little smoke would come out every now and then. Yeah, it worked. It worked. It worked. Okay, another thing that's coming that's getting bigger is these little drones, and I don't know if you've ever checked into those. You can buy a little drone that'll fit in your hand, and you operate it with your smartphone for $30. No shit, and they work. They'll fly for anywhere from 10 minutes to 30 minutes, depending on how big a battery. And they'll they got a camera. You can fly them up and take pictures all around your house. Realtors use them all the time now. I didn't real. They've really gotten popular. Let's go to lifestyle here, and I'll get off of this crap. How coloring books are helping adults. At-home remedies for sinus problems. Okay. Why we always believe lies before the naked truth. Well, the reason we believe lies, that's because that's all we get. I mean, the truth ain't here. There was a guy 1,000 years ago that searched for the truth till he died. I want to say Diogenes. Was he the guy that went searching for truth? One of the old philosophers. Okay. That's that. Let's get out of that crap. Okay, now we got to go to, what my most popular video is? I did one on camping in a Prius, because I do go camping in a Prius periodically. And it has had nearly 900 views in about a month. That's pretty good for me. I mean, that is excelente. But for some reason, there's a lot of people that want to go camping. Well, it's economic, it's cheap. Gas costs you nothing. You can stay in anywhere, campgrounds for, primitive camping for virtually nothing. So that's kind of neat. I'm going to go check the news. Okay, 15 killed in India. Why Trump's abortion comments scare Republicans, blah, blah, blah. 5 U.S. women's soccer players file wage discrimination complaint. That word discrimination really gets on my nerves. It really does, because we all discriminate about everything all the time. When you go to the grocery store, you choose one product over another. That's discrimination. Okay? When you go buy a car, you buy one car as opposed to another. That's discrimination. You pick one color as opposed to another. That's discrimination. If you had your own business and you paid employees differently, in other words, you have 3 guys that work their ass off and 2 girls that sit and talk all day, and you pay them less, I don't see anything wrong with that. On the other hand, if you have 2 girls that are working their ass off, 3 guys sitting there talking, and you pay the girls less, then I got to ask you about that. I do. What's the deal? But I did it again. My eye itches. But anyway, if you discriminate against anything now, it reminds me of George Orwell. 1984. Read that book, by the way. You'll enjoy it. The reason he named it 1984 was because it was written in 1948, and he just inverted the numbers and made it 1984. He thought that was a hell of a long way in the future, but he's pretty accurate, some of his predictions. I mean, it's almost scary. I don't see anything here. I'll go to science, and then I'll get rid of this. Oh, I'll tell you a joke too. I'm going to tell you a joke. In fact, I'm going to go to the joke first because I've done this a long video. I don't like them this long. Okay, here's the joke for the day. Coming up, folks. Believe me, I'm running out. This is a joke. There was this old woman and her daughter who lived in the country, and they were very, very, very poor. Had very little to eat. One day, the mother gave the daughter a nickel and told her to go to town, walk to town, and buy 2 eggs and come back. So the little girl walked all the way to town to the store, bought 2 eggs, and was heading back home. And for some reason, she tripped, dropped both the eggs on the ground, and they both broke. She could not believe it. So she fell to her knees and she is just bawling, just crying her eyes out. And this old drunk comes up there, this old wino, and he's looking at her. She's crying. He's watching her. Finally, he walked over and he knelt down beside her. He put his arm around her. He hugged her and he said, "Don't worry, honey. He wouldn't have lived anyway. His eyes are too far apart." You gotta like that. That's good shit. You know what people are missing by not watching these videos? You see this? I mean, these ought to go viral like that. I mean, I should hit this thing after I upload it about 30 minutes later to have 5 million views. I mean, that's a good joke. Anyway, enough said. Thumbs up. Carpe diem. We know what that is now. Seize the day. What else? Adios, amigos. We know what that is. And bye bye. You know what that is too if you saw my Colorado River video.